Hello and welcome back to Danganronpa V3. Well, first Angie and now Tenko's been killed. Who is doing this and why? Those are the burning questions right now, aren't they?
Really?
Who would have thought there'd be another victim during the investigation? Maybe Monophanie's green puke was predicting this tragedy.
Ah!
The puke's color's normal now. I guess it was predicting this.
For now.
Everyone, please assemble in the seance room. The second body discovery announcement played. Didn't take long for everyone to come running.
What?
Tenko? Seriously? What is this? How did this happen?
How this happened?
Tenko, Gonza's so sorry. Gonza no could protect you. Shuichi, explain the situation. I thought you were conducting the seance. What happened?
Well, that's...
I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm with you on that one, buddy. I don't know. This is horrible. This is just... Man, although... I should be used to this by now, but I'm not. In this series, I both love and hate at the same time, for this very reason.
What on earth?
I'm surprised too. I never thought a murder would happen during an investigation. I guess for now, we should maybe start the investigation right away.
Say.
Before that, I would like to confirm something. The culprit who killed Angie may be a different culprit from the one who killed Tenko, yes?
If so...
What happens in the event there are two murders by two people? What if there are two blackened? We need to find them both at the class trial.
That's right.
Now that you mention it, that's a good point. What would happen in that scenario?
Eh?
What would happen? Monodam, what would happen? What would happen?
Not that.
Why do you look lost too, Monodam? I thought you were gonna run things instead of Daddy. I never expected something like this to happen. I don't know what to do. Really, I don't know. Aw, man, they're all disorganized. If you can't decide the class trial's objective, then we won't know what to investigate.
Father!
Father always knows what to do. We should ask him for help.
No way.
Have you already forgotten? Daddy's in no condition to help us. Yeah, he's still... Yeah. No, it's our fault that Daddy ended up like that.
Eh?
It's all your fault, Monophony. Daddy, help! We don't know what to do on our own.
Ah!
We gotta use the power of love. That'll snap him back to normal. That won't work. Father is just an empty shell now.
That's right.
Is he? That's not true. Anything's possible with the power of love. You don't understand that because you've never been loved before, Monodam. I love you, so please go back to normal.
Father!
I want to see you, Father. I love you with all my heart. Aw, you're making me blush. Oh. What? Another one?
Here I am!
I'm back! Were you good while I was away?
My adorable darling cat!
Even the fake one.
With you running the academy, I was able to fully enjoy my relaxing vacation.
Oh, that tickles! Father's intense love is getting me all soaked!
Daddy, your tongue feels amazing. It's better that way
Oh, good God. I hope not.
No.
Man, that vacation was just what I needed. It's important to take time off to relax.
To tell you the truth.
Normally, most companies won't even let you take time off to go on vacation. But I was able to do it.
Fine with this.
The secret is to just leave whether you get permission or not. Wait, so then who's this Baldy then?
Yeah?
Oh, just a part-timer I got to cover me while I was gone. Here's your pay, like we agreed on. Now take it and get out of here. Huh? I thought you were supposed to be relaxed. Now that nuisance out of the way, what were you guys talking about again?
Yeah?
Oh, that's right. What happens to your votes if there are 2 blackened candidates?
I'll answer that.
Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
Huh?
First come, first served.
Hey,
The blackened who killed the first victim to be discovered will be your target. So we only have to find who killed Angie. And we know... And there was none of that hoopla in the other 2 games where the killer created confusion as to the order of the murders. We saw Tenko was alive beforehand. So it has to be who killed Angie, right?
in
Oh.
other words,
If the blackened who killed Angie isn't the same one who killed Tenko, then only Angie's killer will be considered the blackened. That's another new rule. That hasn't been explored in previous games. Is that going to be the case this time? Basically, Tenko's killer wasted a kill, and Tenko herself is a waste of a victim. Well, that's kind of tragic in its own way.
now then,
Oh, I'll add this to the school regulations so you can review it later.
go ahead.
I have also updated the Monokuma file. Do your best to investigate this murder too. Should we? I mean, you just said that we only need to unmask Angie's killer, unless they really are the same person. Boy, everything's going so smoothly now that Father's running things again. Leaders gotta be able to take decisive action. Indecision's just the worst.
Daddy!
You're glowing like a lamp. There's nothing better than being praised by my cute cubs. There's nothing better than spending time with my cute cubs. For as long as you live, I'll never let any of you go. He just left us behind while he was saying he never let us go.
How nice!
That's why he's so amazing. Please lick me some more, Dad. What the f- Oh dear, what is this? What is this relationship?
So long, farewell.
Huh? What's wrong, Madam? So, to make sense of all that,
Listen closely.
if both murders have different culprits, then our vote will determine Angie's killer.
Nope.
But we don't even know if there's a different culprit, do we?
Let's see.
True. We should investigate Tenko's death as well, just in case.
How exciting!
Yeah, finally things are heating up. I'm getting so excited. But as was mentioned before, why would the killer want to kill Tenko as well? Because, again, killing 2 people just means that you're leaving more evidence that could lead back to you.
Piece of shit!
Hey, you fucking psycho!
Shuichi!
This is bad.
Huh?
You don't need to tell me. This is unquestionably bad. I can't believe Tenko was killed. Everyone's upset and confused, and I'm in no shape to help right now.
But you know,
So, this is where you need to step up.
Listen up.
The impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then let's check the Monokuma file first. Okay. The victim is Tenko Shababashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. The time of death is approximately 11 a.m. The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck. Just like it was with Angie, so she was killed in the same way, was she? A stab wound on her neck, same as Angie's cause of death. Doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse?
Jeez.
God, not again. Curse? Oh, God. Kaido, pull yourself together. Oh, jeez.
Hey!
What? Curse? Kaido, calm down. No way there's a curse. Don't screw around.
You're the one who's screwing around. Did you want to die?
Oh. Yeah, probably grabbing Maki like that was probably not a good idea. A dull sound reverberated through the room.
Are you okay? My bad.
I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. You can get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Maki roll. Kaido left the room, still a bit wobbly. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True. We haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our own lives are at risk.
This is...
That's true, but Angie and then Tenko? And to think earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gunta's fault. Gunta failed to protect friends again. It's not your fault, Gunta. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, both Angie and Tenko were close to her, and having both of them die at once, that's gotta be hard on Himiko. Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone's panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective. Okay. Investigation resume.
Well...
It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to.
Got it.
Going to bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
That won't be necessary.
Ah,
Yeah, that's not necessary at all.
Huh?
Huh? Why?
listen up.
Show him, Kibo. Show him your new power. New power? Oh. Oh, are you Bright Man now?
I, Muiruma, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Kibo.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
All right.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Oh.
Oh, man.
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something.
It's okay.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's gonna be a clue. Okay. So... I guess... Tenko. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be... Yeah, the stone that... Please rest your forehead upon the stone marker I placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It is merely needed as a marker for her forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is the stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear a scream during the seance. Yeah, just that loud, just kind of a loud bang or something. Oh, wait. Understood. I'll not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut despite the pain?
Nope.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
Huh?
Especially if it was to the back of the neck, it would have gone through her spine.
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With the wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience.
That's obvious.
Of course, quick deaths are my specialty. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. Right, I don't... In Angie's case, I assume it was the katana, but here... You're right, I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. She was pretty abrasive, especially towards the guys, but again, didn't mean I want her to die. This floorboard's loose. This one right under Tenko.
why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance? A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Someone must have loosened it on purpose. Interesting. So, was her killer waiting under the floor to kill her? Is that what this is insinuating? This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this...
This looks to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's a pretty large iron cage.
okay.
Big enough for a person to fit inside. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. We were supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first.
Hey,
Look at this.
is this...
A blood stain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood, yeah?
That's true.
I imagine so. The spatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain the blood stain, right?
Huh?
Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted? What? That's a possibility. What are you getting at? I do wonder. The magic circle Kyo drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well,
Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I have performed many successful seances. Why, I've even had spirits enter my body.
you're right already.
Shut up, I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki really doesn't beat around the bush. Kinda refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Cage Dog Village document.
Hey,
Isn't that right, Kyo? He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess he wanted to... He seemed like he was really looking forward to performing that seance. Then it ended up like this.
Leave it to me.
I will become the guiding light that shines on you all.
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? Oh, it's okay, Gonta. Again, it's not your fault. How are you doing, Himiko?
Hey!
Himiko, be strong, Himiko.
Wait,
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's gonna break.
But
But she not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
like I thought.
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Aw. Still, I think she needs a hug really bad. Himiko.
that cannot be.
Why? Why did this?
I knew it.
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
But of course.
I am shocked about that as well, but why did the seance fail? We performed all the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
We performed the caged child again, and summoned Tenko's spirit this time.
this is stupid.
Cut the crap. Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium, position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the caged child song. The seance should have been complete, but... Now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Yeah, that. What was that? It is a mystery to me as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
As we called out to her, but no reply came, I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. Then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in the opposite order. First, all 4 of us removed the dog god statue. Next, I took off the white cloth, and then Himiko ran over to the cage, and the moment she lifted it, then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance. But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well,
That's a problem.
I see, yes.
There is another problem. And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply can't figure it out. Really, you're still going on about that? Maybe someone moved from their corner. Did someone else sneak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since the seance was clearly a sham. Maki never was one to pull her punches. Okay. This investigation is over and shut, and it's all thanks to me for giving Kibo his new function. Now then, Cunt Foos Killers, obviously. Oh god, her and her nicknames. One of you stupid assholes who signed up to do this bullshit seance in the first place.
No.
Not necessarily.
Huh?
Seriously? The seance was clearly set up to lure her in and kill her. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her?
Could it be...
So you believe Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There's no other possibility, shit for brains. God, you don't even know that? It is true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I'll not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at that point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were relit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark, I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the candles were blown out? That may be an important point of this case. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without the candles, it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in complete darkness? There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this...
A hole. Looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. Looks like something dropped down there. What? Something dropped down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do it. The white sheet we used for the seance. Now, what I'm noticing already, there's no blood on the sheet. So what does that... There was blood on the cage, but not on the sheet. So what does that mean? This is placed on top of the cage. Kyo is the one who removed it.
Is this...
This cloth is pretty thick. Similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, Oh, there is a... Okay. There's a blood stain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. Okay. So she was killed before the sheet was removed. That pretty much confirms it. But no hole in the fabric. So she wasn't... So whoever killed her didn't stab down through the sheet. They had to have come up under the floorboard, right? Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue is atop the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. Yes. Dog controls your destiny and all that. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
If I remember correctly.
Kyo said it was about 175 pounds. About the weight of 2 girls.
What?
What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman besides your mother? What?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Anyway,
Is this...
if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding either.
Hey!
Maki, we finished investigating up here. Perhaps we should check under the floor?
By the way,
Seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
That's true.
Let's bring a candle. With Kibo's light from up here, that should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay.
Got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. Then we carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. Oh. This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all 4s. This is reminding me of the first case of the second game where the killer killed them from under the floor. Let's look around for clues. It'd be pretty stupid if we found no clues after crawling around this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely, we got this big blood stain here. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Oh, what's this? A sickle. Was that... There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it. Was that the murder weapon?
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon.
Is this...
This came from my research lab.
Huh?
It did?
Well...
A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide under your clothes too.
Well...
If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade's about 6 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself.
But...
But even if this is our murder weapon, how'd the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck? Probably, if it was angled correctly.
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab into it with a 6-inch blade, well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. Then her posture's the question.
Hey,
Hey, if the weapon's down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
that's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, The culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or they could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Very interesting. Dried blood. There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood is dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here? That's a good question.
Hey,
Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. You're right, there's a little bit of blood on the underside of the floorboard.
what do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood splatter here when she got killed?
That's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these blood stains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. What reason is there? That definitely strikes me as odd. Look, part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. From what I can see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. This was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. Question is, why? This is definitely looking like it was premeditated, but for what reason? And how did they know that? How did they know about the seance in the first place? Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then,
So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard under Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it's been cut. If the culprit did all of this, then why? Definitely would. Definitely one. Oh, what's this? Some of the wood is corroded and is broken off, so you can see into the next room.
hey,
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Looks like there's wood along the wall. This part's rotted away. Looks like natural rot. The hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can get into the next room through here.
that's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? And the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without it, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move around in here.
Nope.
And they could have used a light like we're doing right now.
Well,
True. They used a light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? Would we have seen the light, though, through the floorboards? Is the question. I think we finished investigating here.
is that all right?
Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I was starting to get fed up with all this dust. Okay. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation.
By the way,
We've only been investigating this room. Are you sure that's wise? Yeah, we should probably check out other rooms
Because-
too. If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the Blacken we need to vote for is the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then,
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
But
but this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both their deaths. You're right about that, I think. Well, I understand why you feel that way, but if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. When I came to the hallway, a scene more surprising than I could ever imagine unfolded. Oh no, what's going on now? What? Oh my, what? Kokichi?
It's a lie!
God, fuck you, Kokichi! Fuck you! Oh my god, you piece of... Did I surprise you? Were you gonna scream and cry in terror? Ugh. Huh? What are you doing?
Oh?
Sorry, just a little lightheaded from the blood loss. Yeah, this is real blood.
Why?
What are you doing? I got curious about something, so I decided to search the empty room next door. Then suddenly, I stepped through the floorboard. You stepped through a floorboard?
So mean.
Yes, that got me good. Because of this, I tripped and fell pretty hard.
Got a minute?
If you're gonna lose consciousness, do it after you tell us everything. Oh, sorry, my bad. I guess there was no crosspiece supporting the floorboard, so I kinda stepped through. Like what we saw in the other... What we saw in the seance room. What bad luck. The crosspiece was gone. Did that mean... No, this, you're not... We don't have near enough. You're kidding.
Confidence. Dreams. That's what the killing game is all about.
No, you're not gonna...
Killing game fans, hold your head high and watch with your own two eyes. Baseball, soccer, mobile games, they're all nothing compared to the killing game. The killing game just can't be beat. Behold, students, the entrance to the trial grounds.
You're kidding me. The trial's starting now? We don't have... I feel like we know nothing. Oh my god. I guess time's up. Aw, man, because of you guys, I didn't have enough time to check something.
Huh?
What were you trying to check?
See?
I wanted to re-research the seance again, so I brought this document with me. But unfortunately, I couldn't find anything new that could be used as a clue. Kyo perfectly reenacted the seance as what was written in the document. He drew his magic circle the same exact way as in the picture. Not only that, he used the same exact tools, too. Nothing suspicious about this whole thing. Well, I wanted to check the finer details, but I'll tell you about later. At the class trial, so see you there. Are you alright? Kokichi left, the blood loss clearly affecting his footing a bit. Let's go too.
That's true.
Yeah, okay. Is Maki nervous? I see, so even she gets nervous sometimes.
Did you want to die?
Best not say it to her face. Oh man, but seriously, we're starting the trial. Now? Again, we've got We've got 2 murders here. We don't... And we've barely even gotten to examine anything, it feels like. Again, who killed Angie and Tenko, and why? God. Okay, here we are.
Oh dear.
It would appear we've gathered, but it seems there are less and less of us. Yeah, I know, just as it is in the other games, we definitely notice how our numbers drop more and more each time. Less friends mean it that much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
I'm sure you gotten a little smarter by now, Gunta. Yeah, Gunta do his best to help. At least I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaido idiot level. Oh, god damn it, Kokichi. What's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
Yeah, how are you? I'm feeling better now, but wow, Maki Roll sure does pack a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers. Only dipshits have died so far. Miyu, come on, don't be like that.
That being said,
I know it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
booyah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth, you become less likable.
Rest in peace.
I want to like Miyu, but sometimes she's... Atua, please lend us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua, considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most of all.
well, you know.
She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in God, especially Atua.
I also
So what? Robots can believe in God.
indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do whenever I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Atua and ghosts don't matter right now.
Jeez.
Yeah, the trial this time is going to be tough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the 4th floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
All right already.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hey, so
Shuichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? Oh, really? Okay, Why did the seance fail? I never did figure out why. I see he's still more interested in that than the case.
damn.
This trial's gonna be tough, since I couldn't do any investigating. Oh, what are you crying about now? I respected Angie and Tenko so much since the moment we met.
Shut up!
Nothing's gonna be solved by crying about it.
All right already.
Besides, it was a lie, wasn't it?
It's a lie.
Yep, you guys have me figured out already, so there's no point in keeping up the act. Kokichi never changes, no matter what situation he's in.
Listen up.
Try using your brain so I don't have to. My golden brain cells are a gift to the entire world.
Please wait.
It's true, even though I do not know if it can be attributed to God per se. I can hear an inner voice guiding me when I don't know what to do. I can't explain why, but I believe that voice will lead me to hope as long as I listen to it.
On your knees.
Shut up! Why the fuck is a robot talking about God anyway? It's unseemly.
You're so dumb.
That inner voice is probably just a radio or something, like in taxis and stuff.
That is not funny.
It was unwise of me to confide in you all. going to do his best to help. Oh, she's still depressed. So, in the end, the culprit really was... No, it's nothing. We can talk about once the trial starts. Do you know something, Samugi?
Okay.
Atua and Ghost don't matter right now. The culprit is among us. Okay. As usual, we walk toward the elevator in silence. As soon as we remain survivors stepped aboard, we descended. Perhaps because there were fewer of us, the elevator seemed to move faster. And so we fell faster and faster, downward into the black. The elevator stopped, and just like always, the doors parted slowly. The light that shines on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it...
Uh-oh.
Boy, they look really depressed. Must be because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed. You make Monodam sad. As much as I'd love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth, let's hurry up and get this started. At last, the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoy it to your heart's content. Oh boy. The third class trial was about to begin. Angie Onaga, the ultimate artist. She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to try and prevent the killing game. Then, Tenko Chabashira, the Ultimate Aikido Master. She hated men, but I knew that she hated this terrible killing game even more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? Was it one person? Two different people? We need to pin that down in this class trial. In order to live, we have to find the truth. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. Okay, so, here we go. Next time, the third trial begins. I will see you then.
I'm playing a game.